everyone, and welcome to today's General Hospital recap. As always, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our videos or recaps, and let's get right to it because it was a semi-big day on General Hospital. We have a lot of stuff going on. At Liz's place, she tells Jake that she's done something horrible to Sam. Will she confess? Kinda, sorta, not to what you're thinking. So she goes into the whole Sam thought Danny was dead, but Jason found Danny's story, and then says how she falsified the results, and so Jason and Sam wouldn't get back together because she wanted Jason for herself, but ultimately she had to confess, and you know how it goes. So, you know, she says, you know, I'm a person who keeps a man away from his child. So, you know, at least she's right about one thing today that she does, and she's continuing to do it, you know? And does anyone else get really skeeved out that she's talking to Jason about sins she committed against Jason, looking for him to give her some sort of forgiveness all this time after the fact, without him knowing that he's the one she's really seeking forgiveness from? Did you follow that? Like, I don't know, it just really, that's like one of the more disturbing parts of it for me. And he says he's in no position to judge because he killed 3 men today, and his past life is better forgotten because, you know, if he can do that, just imagine who he was in the past. And she's like, do you really mean that? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, like, it just... She's looking for validation from him that he doesn't want to know who he was, but that's because he doesn't know who he was. Like, oh, I can't. Let's move on. At Sam's old place now. Is Alexis living there? Yeah, because she moved in with, I don't know. Who lives in the penthouse? Who knows anymore? So, Rick is there, and Sam asks him what she's doing there. Rick decides, she says, what the hell are you doing here? So Rick decides to tell Sam how she should speak in front of her child when her child's in the room, and she's like, get out, or tell me what you're doing here. So basically, Molly's upstairs with TJ, and, you know, so he's there to kind of watch over Danny, and his wife threw him out. Can you imagine? Sam fills Rick in on Sonny's condition since Rick was kicked out of the emergency room. And then Rick is kind of speculating why Sonny didn't come up with an alternate plan for getting TJ, or like set up a different meeting place. Like, it's so unlike Sonny to put himself in such a vulnerable position. And Sam says that, you know, Sonny would have had Jason handle it if Jason was still here. And Rick's like, well, he isn't irreplaceable. I mean, look at Jake Doe and what he did. And finally, there's a direct comparison between the two. Finally. So then Sam makes a direct comparison on the pier, talking to Jake, a man who could do everything Jason can do, where Jason died. Like, yes, this is what I like to hear. So then Sam decides she's had enough of Rick for one day and wants him out, and he goes to say goodnight to Molly and TJ first. At Maxie's place, Maxie wants to take off for a week, just shut off the world, and I'm totally on board with that idea. Like, to be honest with you, doesn't that sound great? And Maxie, she wants everything to work out, but at the end of the day, she really needs to stop drawing comparisons between Nathan's shootings and Sonny, because Nathan was shot in the arm and was nowhere near in such dire condition as Sonny's in. So she, even like when she was doing that back at Sonny's house, I was like, you need to stop. And then when she's about to take a shower, he tells her about the 3 dead bodies, and she's like, what? And he's like, oh yeah, Jake Doe killed 3 people. So Maxie thinks it's weird that Sam even hangs out with him because he's so dangerous. At the hospital, Sonny's crashing, but they managed to get him stabilized. His heart had stopped, and there's a chance the bullet shifted and he might need surgery sooner rather than later. So then Dante mentions to Michael how Jordan's still like so upset that TJ's at Sonny's house, so Michael decides to tell him how he doubled security at the house. And Dante brings up how Michael is acknowledging Sonny as his father again, and also how he himself like has so much more he wants to say to Sonny, and he can count on one hand how many times he said I love you. And I was like, I pointed that out too. So then Sabrina arrives, Michael updates her. Morgan is spiraling. Carly's trying to calm him, and he keeps attacking her because what else would Morgan do? So it turns out the bullet did move. It's closer to his aorta now, which, not good. Anyone who took medical terminology class knows that. And apparently Morgan didn't take medical terminology class because Morgan's like, oh, well, that means that he's not gonna be paralyzed, right? And meanwhile, I'm on the couch thinking, yeah, because it got closer to his heart, like... And Patrick's like, yeah, but it's closer to his heart, so we're gonna need to go into surgery because if it moves anymore, it could be fatal. Because, you know, the aorta is like the biggest part of the heart that holds like all the blood, and you nick the aorta and it's like not good. I'm a doctor. I'm not a doctor. I took 1 year of medical terminology. So, if they wait until Sonny's, okay, so basically, if they wait until Sonny's stronger, they could run into the complication that the bullet can move by then, and Sonny would die. But if they do the surgery now, Sonny could die of trauma because he's not exactly strong enough. So it's really like, there's no clear, we should definitely do this situation. So it's up to the 3 sons what happens to Sonny, since technically, Sonny and Carly did not get married. So Morgan votes do the surgery, Dante votes wait, and it's up to Michael, but he doesn't want to be the deal breaker, so they leave it up to Carly. And she wants to visit with Sonny first. She tells Sonny that, you know, she sees him in all 3 of the sons. Dante has his strength, Morgan has his fire, and Michael has his, like, you know, being scared but, like, not showing it because you need to take care of everyone. And, oh, Dante also has, oh, his fairness. Yeah. It was sweet. It was really sweet. I made it sound like 50% less sweet. But now, end scene. Do you like how I do that? Like the end? Because I feel like it just ties everything up really nice. So now Maxie draws a comparison directly between Jake and Jason, and this has to come together soon. It just has to. Maxie has reservations about Jake because he shot Nathan. Nathan says if Jake wanted him dead before, he would have been dead. Like, judging what Jake did today, like, yeah. Liz is right about another thing. This is 2 things that Liz is right about in today's episode, so really exciting. She doesn't deserve Jake. Or Jason, yeah, she doesn't deserve him, not at all, like, because, okay, let me finish first, and then I'll get into my whatever, and now she wants to put all doubt in the past, because she's making that decision. Sam's looking through a photo album of her and Jason. Patrick calls her about Sonny's episode, and Sonny is going to go into surgery, which personally I think is the better thing, because if they hadn't done anything and then the bullet moved, then it would have been, I feel like that would have been more doubt than going into the surgery, than not doing the surgery, than going into the surgery. You know what I'm trying to say. But yeah. Oh, Elizabeth. You know, some people brought it up too, but like, if she would have told Jason who he was when she found out, like, there would have been no guarantee that he went back to Sam. No matter how much Sam would have wanted him back, he at that point was already in love with Elizabeth, so it's not like everything would have just come rushing back as soon as he learned his name, and not necessarily, you know. So yeah, so, you know, when this whole thing, in my prediction, when this whole thing does blow up and Elizabeth throws it in his face, like, you said you'd never leave, he's gonna be like, I wouldn't have left. Like, I wouldn't have left. The reason I'm leaving isn't because I'm Jason and I'm going back to my wife. The reason I'm leaving is because you're a liar, you're not who I thought you were, and you're the person I trusted the most, and you're the one who's been betraying me. So, oh, I got that out in like an articulate sentence. I am so proud of myself. But in any event, that is it for today's General Hospital recap. I will see you tomorrow for more General Hospital, and I hope you have a great day. Bye!